Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys, and we bullshit, well, about Nintendo in this particular video. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Like I said right at the top of this video, this video is going to be about Nintendo because Nintendo has just been in the news all over the damn place over the last few weeks, especially with details about the Switch dropping left, right, and center. Any information that they want to keep tight-lipped on about the Nintendo Switch, even though Nintendo says they're going to reveal all in January. I have a feeling that we're going to know 90% of the things because there are stupid companies out there that are leaking things out even when they don't intend to. Case in point. All right. Toys R Us in Canada, on their website, they actually went ahead and they dropped a listing for the Nintendo Switch. And this was found out actually earlier this week on the 14th. What happened was that, like I said, on the Toys R Us Canadian website, they went ahead, they put up a posting for the Nintendo Switch, and it was priced out at $329.99 in Canadian dollars, which translates to $245 if you're going by standard conversions, which will probably mean that it's going to come out here for $249.99, which slides right into that sweet spot that Nintendo always wants to go ahead and hit when it comes to their retail launches for consoles and stuff like that. Like the funny thing is that it stayed up for a little while and then it was taken down promptly, not before people went ahead and screen capped it and kept it for posterity. Nintendo themselves hasn't responded on that, but it makes a lot of sense. So what are your thoughts on it, guys, as far as this goes?
Yeah, blame Canada.
Yeah, with me, the price, one thing we found out, we got to look at the facts here. One thing that Nintendo actually went out of their way to say was that they are not going to take a loss on the Switch.
Yeah.
Sure about that?
So, and then you have this $230, $250 range here for the Nintendo Switch. So, of course, we don't know how much it costs for each unit. We won't know until, later. But I think, like what you said a few minutes ago, Reverend, you're spot on. It does hit the sweet spot of what normal Nintendo for the last, I want to say 10 years have been. Between, 210, 230, 250-ish, So there might be a lot of
validation to it, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to say it's more like the last 20 years. They've always tried to fall around $250 to $299, $300.
Nintendo.
I think that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the last console that they. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last console that they launched out at $299. I'm having a hard time pulling.
The Cube?
Possibly the Cube. Maybe the Wii when it first hit, or was that $249?
It was $299.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it was $199.
Yeah. So it's right around the spot that they try to hit. What are your thoughts on this theme?
Look, it's just the fact that, all right, all the stuff leaking out about the Switch as far as price, as far as hitting the sweet spot and all of that, okay, fine. But, and this is the real issue that I have, the system is just a system. I want to know about games. I know it's early, but as far as the system and all of that, I don't really care. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the games.
But, but what are your thoughts on, having the price leaked out, before 2 months ahead of time? Of course, in January we'll see the launch titles.
Okay, but that's to be expected. Now, did anyone think that this thing was going to be like $400?
No. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't have been surprised if they had said that it would have cost like $300. I really wouldn't have expected it to be any higher because Nintendo just doesn't. They haven't shot that high for an MSRP in a long time. I don't think ever. Maybe just once. Maybe with the Cube.
Okay, but all right. When you look at the other systems like the PS4, the Xbox One, or anything like that, they have other features besides it being a gaming system, like DVD players and stuff like that, or Blu-ray players. The Nintendos have been strictly for freaking games.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's why they can hit that sweet spot. So I'm not surprised whatsoever as far as the price, as far as how it's going to be. Maybe it'll be $250, maybe it'll be a little bit more, maybe it'll hit $300, maybe just maybe. But I'm not surprised by it one bit.
You know what's interesting is that we found out that Nintendo Switch doesn't have an optical drive. So I think that very well could have kept the price down in manufacturing the actual Switch. So, I mean, I don't know. See, one thing, too, is what we forgot to mention is that it very well could be a placeholder. We've seen this before. We've seen Toys R Us do it before. We've seen Amazon do it before. We've seen various retails put just some number, randomized number in as a placeholder.
Yeah, but how much is the Wii U right now?
The Wii U right now, I think it's still going for $250.
Okay, so why would this thing be the same as the Wii U now, as far as price?
Well, no, what I'm saying is,
or less than that, I should say.
Well, it's not. If it hits the $250, but what I'm thinking from the Toys R Us in Canada, I think that was just a placeholder number. And I think that's all it was. I think people are reading too deep into this because retailers do that. They put a generic, what they think it's going to SRB, what they think it's going to be as a placeholder. We've seen these in pre-orders before on these sites. So again, you know, like you said, always take this with a grain of salt because it very well could be a placeholder. Who knows? I mean, the system may sell for, you know, $220 or $230. I don't
think it'll be less than the GameCube. I mean, less than the Wii U.
Well, the Wii, when it at launch was marketed at $299.99, and just did a Google search. All right. One of the things that we have to consider is that as consumers, majority of consumers out there, when they're actually going through retail aisles and looking at things on shelves, 90% of the time, okay, they're going to determine their particular purchasing decision on price. Okay. Now, one of the things that if it does come out at $250, that's going to be astronomically low. But the potential that it would have, especially in consideration of games, is that if you have enough units out there that are picked up by people who are willing to go ahead and do that impulse buy, just drop a $250 tab on their fucking credit card, you know, because that's not a lot in comparison to what people would really fucking consider. You know, if you have a lot of units out there, that encourages more publishers to actually pay attention to the unit, to go ahead and make developers make games for the unit. You know, it's one of the reasons why the original Wii had so many publishers putting fucking games out on it. Granted, a lot of the games fucking sucked, and a lot of them were horrible PS2 ports. I have no reserves in saying that at all. But it did encourage a lot of publishers to go out of their way and say, hey, look, there are enough people out there with these fucking things. We just got to make sure that we've got something to offer as far as our product on that, you know. And that was really where it would actually influence, you know, games on the system.
In all honesty, I think it may end up being $29.99 And like I said, the
$9.99. You mean $299.99?
yeah, $299. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
at $29.99, get me 10.
You know, $299. I really think that's going to be the sweet spot for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really think that maybe Canada Toys R Us was just a placeholder type of retail price. Now, one thing too is, are they going to sell bundles though with the system? Are they going to sell a launch game? We don't know it yet. Are they going to sell launch games as bundles, or are they going to sell the core system and then buy a game with it?
You know, a lot of retailers, ever since the Nintendo 64, have actually sat there and encouraged bundles, but those were actually done at the retailer level, at the store level. Okay, I'm not sure about any sort of launch title that may be included with the Switch. In fact, a lot of people aren't sure which launch titles are going to be included in the Switch.
Yeah.
For instance, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, which a lot of people were expecting to be released out at the same time as the Switch. Big rumor right now that's going around is that the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is not going to make launch on March 2017, and that it's going to be delayed out probably another 3 or 4 months until June or July of 2017 due to challenges with localization issues. All right. This is the biggest open world. This is the biggest and first open world Zelda that they're going out of their way to put together, and the rumor that's coming out of the mill is that let's see here, Emily Rogers, who's a blogger who's detailed out actually a lot of stuff that's been leaked on the Switch that has been verified as true as we know it now. She's the one who actually went out of her way to tip off game sites like Eurogamer and other places that due to the game's localization schedule, basically they won't finish localizing, actually putting together the multiple versions of language and scripting and everything else until the very end of this year. After that, it's probably going to require another 3 to 4 months of actual QA to make sure that everything is in place and perfectly working, so it doesn't require a fucking day one patch, because Nintendo games don't require a fucking day one patch, and they don't require fucking DLC for a true fucking ending. And no, they're not going to ask you for fucking microtransactions to go ahead and actually be able to win their fucking game. All right?
That would be insane if you have to get a day one patch for cartridge games.
Yeah. But just saying, all right. Nintendo hasn't ever fucking required that. Okay, with Zelda being one of their preeminent titles, they want to make sure that this is as perfect as possible when it actually hits store shelves and when it actually comes to release.
Do they?
So yeah, because when's the last time? No, I can't even ask for the last time that Nintendo's asked for a day one patch, because guess what? It's never fucking happened.
And it never will.
Day one patch is one thing, but maybe it'll be an incomplete game as a whole.
Well, what I find very interesting about this news, we do have a viable source. I mean, she's been right on multiple occasions.
Yes.
Again, it's still a rumor, and as far as I understand, is that the Wii U version of the Breath of the Wild is good to go, and it will be released on time in March. However, what I understood was that the delay for the Wii U version, or the game was delayed for the Wii U version to match with the launch of the Switch. So what I'm wondering is, are they going to delay it, both versions of the game, to June, July for the localization of the Switch?
Remember Twilight Princess?
I am betting yes. I am betting.
Yeah, I mean, they want that simultaneous release.
Yeah,
and,
well,
as a Zelda fan, that is disheartening, but I understand. I mean, they got to do their localization on the Switch version. I mean, what's another 3-4 months? I mean, it's already been delayed It's supposed to be released, what, September of this year? Wasn't it? Or June? Something like that for the Wii U version? Before we found out about the Nintendo NX and all that other happy stuff. So, okay, so what? It's been delayed, another 4 or 5 months. So what? I'd rather have a game be delayed and done right than have a game not work at launch. Well, I can't say day one patch because we're talking about Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, there's Mighty Number 9 that's been delayed and delayed and delayed, and it still didn't come out.
Concept is not Nintendo.
Exactly.
Hey, wait. Has Nintendo been Nintendo?
They've been Nintendo the whole time. Okay.
Yeah, forgetting certain franchises.
All right. Now, that's not to say that the Wii U, or excuse me, the Nintendo Switch launch is going to be empty. In light of that, a lot of news has come out that the Mario title that they showed during the Nintendo Switch reveal, according to the folks in the know, they say that one's pretty much done and ready to go. So that could be that's probably going to be part of the launch lineup.
But again, Nintendo cannot make the serious mistake of having 2 games launch with their system, just like they did 20 years ago.
Well, I mean, they're going to have. It seems like they're going to have a Mario game, and then wasn't that like a Mario Kart game as well? It's kind of teased in that little. Yeah,
I don't know if that's. I don't. From what I've heard, I don't think they've mentioned that at all as far as one of the launch titles that they've verified as being in line to be ready to go.
I mean,
March 2017.
True. But, I mean, we know it's another Mario Kart game because Boo is not a freaking character in any of those games at this moment.
Yep.
So, I mean, we don't know what their launch game consists of until January, until that Nintendo Direct in January.
For the longest time, I've always said that the Mario titles that come out for every major console is like the grand tech demo of what their console can possibly do, and then the Zelda title that follows up later is like, oh, this is what you can do when everything is polished up to a very prominent shine. And the funny thing is that's what Mario does. That's one of the vehicles that Nintendo uses to go ahead and actually branch out to new consoles and new platforms and everything else. In fact, we have, just to point that out, we have an actual release date and a price for Super Mario Run, which is going to be Nintendo's first official developed and released game on iOS. It was revealed out on the 15th of earlier this week that Super Mario Run is scheduled to release on the iOS App Store on December 15th, and that it's got a free-to-play version where it's basically a few stages in the demo, but the full version is set to go out at $9.99. So they're asking for $10 on the full version, okay? And that's where you're going to have access to all of the stages and everything. At this moment in time, they haven't detailed out how many stages are going to be there. But yeah, that's how it goes. You've got your free-to-play demo, and then if Nintendo being the crack pushers that they are, that first hit is free. You got to pay $10 for the rest.
Wait a minute. Other companies have been doing that for quite some time with demos and stuff.
Yeah, it's just smart.
So is this Mario Run gonna be like a temple run type of game?
It's an infinite runner where you pretty much, Mario's just set in his way, and you go ahead and you tap on the thing to make him jump, and then or to manipulate things on screen that make him change direction and stuff like that. Basically going from one end of the level to the next. Jumping up the flagpole at the end. So, I mean, it's an infinite runner like a lot of them. It kind of reminds me of like some of the Mario hack levels that you see on YouTube where Mario just starts on his way and he starts going through and the obstacles change his direction and all of that. It should be pretty interesting. I find it interesting that Nintendo is pricing it out at a full $9.99. instead of the usual, 99 cents or $2.99 that you would see an iOS app game for.
Oh, that they would nickel and dime you all the way.
That's the red flag that I have. That's the reserve that I have with that. It's like, wow, $10 for an iOS runner type game. That's kind of a hefty price because people are not used to, just like you mentioned, Reverend. People are not used to spending $10 on a mobile game when you're on their cell phone.
There's precedent of those games actually happening. Those are usually the ones where they've got they're attached, not only attached to a license, but they're usually some of the ones with better development invested into the game. If AAA titles exist on mobile, a lot of those titles are actually a lot higher priced. The flip side to that is that if it's a free-to-play game and it's a fully free-to-play game, or it only costs 99 cents, then I'd expect, oh, hey, you want flower power, or you want that star power? Look another 99 cents for this fucking star.
You know what? I have to disagree wholeheartedly with you on that. I don't think Nintendo is going to nickel and dime their. That just goes against their whole policy, which we mentioned earlier. That you don't see no downloaded content or anything like that on any of their games throughout the history. And why would they change that way of thinking or that marketing thing
to make money
for mobile?
Well, yeah.
I don't see them doing it. I mean, we do see Puzzle Dragon versus Mario.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got that mobile game. And then Puzzle Dragons, I expect to pay $5.99 or $10 for those type of games. But, and generally speaking, most mobile games are like you mentioned, 99-cent games.
Yeah.
So what really is pushing this $10 price because it's Nintendo?
That's number one. Number one is not just that it's Nintendo, but it's fucking Mario. He's only the most recognizable fucking video game character in the world. All right.
Absolutely.
And number two, like you were saying, Nintendo's not going to nickel and dime. They're just going to ask you for your money up front. And that's just it.
Yeah. I mean, look, Nintendo, they're going to fuck you in the ass. They're going to fuck you in the ass. They're not going to fucking reach or
yeah. The Nintendo Switch is going to do that.
No, but that's not Nintendo style, man. If they're going to bone you, they're going to straight out stick the dick in.
Yeah.
They're not like Microsoft and Sony that kind of plays with your emotions a little bit, then stick it to you. Or EA.
Yeah, they are. That's why they've been coming out with mediocre Metroids.
Well, you're an idiot if you bought those mediocre fucking Metroid. Should have known better.
Just because it said Metroid on it?
But there's still no DLC. They're not EA.
Yeah. The thing with Nintendo is that I think this is great because, like I said, them jumping into the mobile foray and everything with Super Mario Run. They had Miitomo earlier. Next year they're going to have Animal Crossing. They're looking at ways to go ahead and grab a hold of casual players and also lapsed players, people who played their games before, stopped playing for a while, maybe life got in the way, and then they're coming back to it, okay? And the thing is that people have been saying, so why are they going to go ahead and concentrate on mobile? Because it'll reap benefits. Case in point, all right?
Here we go.
Pokemon Sun and Moon, okay? That released out, that hit the store shelves. The official release was on the 18th. The official ship numbers for the initial shipment of Pokemon Sun and Moon, Nintendo shipped 10 million copies of Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is 1.5 times the number that they initially shipped for Pokemon X and Y, okay, which was the previous one that they released out on the 3DS. Now, why is this significant? Why is this significant? Reason being is that a lot of the shipment numbers are based off of pre-orders, okay, and demand that retailers say, hey, look, this is shit that we want to go ahead and have. If they have that many more items shipped, then they're expecting to see people go ahead and buy this, all right? guess what? A lot of people who are buying this are lapsed fans who didn't play Pokemon, who got fucking caught up in fucking Pokemon Go. And they're like, yeah, I love this shit. Hey, look, let me go out of my way and buy myself a fucking 3DS and let me buy the next Pokemon game. They're still making this. Oh, fuck, it's a lot better and it's completely different than what I remember from vanilla blue, red, and fucking yellow back in the day in 1998. Sure, let me go ahead and jump on that. Nintendo has once again lassoed in a group of fans that went away for a little while and are coming back to a big franchise. Proof of the pudding was that, like I said, 10 million fucking copies shipped.
Well, let me start.
What? Shit, I wish they would have did that many for the fucking NES Mini.
Let me start off saying this. I own both Moon and Sun. I'll go ahead and say that out loud. And I've played Moon so far. And it's absolutely great. It's a great game. And I think the Pokemon Go was actually a kind of an indication on that people are still interested in Pokemon. And the fact that Pokemon is Nintendo's cash cow right now. I mean, they can sell, all you gotta do is put Pokemon on something and people will buy it. Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Battle, Pokemon whatever, you know? And it's no surprise to me that they shipped 10 million units. And they probably will sell 10 million units before Christmas. I know I'm exaggerating. I don't think they'll do that much. But it's hard to find because, in fact, when my local Walmart, I got the last copies of both. I'll just say that. So it's selling. There's no doubt in that.
Yeah. What about you, Grim? Excuse me. What about you, Team? What are your thoughts on that particular one?
Look, we know that the Pokemons are going to sell. Period. There should be no question there. That's basically it. There should be no question that they're going to sell, that people are going to buy them, that people are, even if they're out of the loop of Pokemon, they can just get right back into it. I mean, generally speaking, I'm not into the Pokemon series. I don't play those games, but I do understand the quality that they bring and their fan base. I do understand that 100%. So it's as simple as that.
No, like I said, one of the things that a lot of naysayers couldn't make sense of or refuse to make sense of. Oh, why is Nintendo going ahead and jumping into mobile? Why don't they just go third party altogether? One of the big reasons why they went ahead and they did that is that they're sitting there, the guys at Nintendo know how to capture casual players. They know how to capture or recapture lapsed players who went away from their particular brand. Okay, they know how to get them back. All right, and just like with a lot of things that people decry as gimmicks, okay, that actually got a lot of casual players playing video games, actually owning fucking consoles over the last fucking decade. All right, is that when they went ahead, they did Pokemon Go. There was one thing that a lot of people did not take in consideration, is that there were a lot of people who were introduced to Pokemon through Go. Some of those people never ever touched a fucking Pokemon title before. All right, and guess what? Pokemon Go, as far as its experience and what it has to offer you as far as depth and everything, is very, very shallow to an actual Pokemon title. All right. At the same time, there are a lot of folks who sat there, they're like, yeah, I was a fan of Pokemon when I was in fucking middle school, and then I got my big britches on, and I can fucking pay for my own fucking drinks. Those assholes, right? Why are you playing video games? Isn't that kitty shit? Fuck you, all right? Look, okay, yeah, those guys. But the thing is that, like I said, with geeks or people that tend to go ahead and gravitate towards certain entertainment media, they're not going to stop liking it. They may stop consuming it for a while, but they're not going to stop liking it unless something really bad happens. All right. In which case, guess what? If you're a publisher and you do that, where you create that really bad thing, then guess what? Your franchise will just die. That's what happens in this market. Okay. So what happens? You have, sure, you don't have as many fucking Pokemon Go players as you did like 3 months ago, but guess what? You have all of a sudden a lot more fucking Pokemon fucking purchasers for the DS, and for the 3DS and the brand new games that are out. A lot of people are going out and they're fucking checking it out. They're buying it. In fact, there are even fucking pirates who went ahead and went through the actual process of becoming the first fucking people that Nintendo has banned off their goddamn service. Okay, in the history of like forever. Okay. Because they went ahead and they got a hold and they downloaded early copies of fucking Pokemon Go, put it on their flashcards, went ahead and went online before the launch date, and then they promptly got fucking banned off of Nintendo. Their fucking their Nintendo accounts. Silly shit. Silly shit. I know you guys have thoughts on that. And I know we only got 5 minutes, but I know you guys have comments on that.
My thoughts on that? Ha 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 ha. You shouldn't have done that shit. You know you shouldn't have done that shit. You got banned. End of story.
Gray Mouse?
What's more to say than that?
I think the only thing I gotta say to that is that no, Twitter or fucking Facebook or fucking social media is not going to fucking save you. Neither is it going to garner you any sort of sympathy. Okay.
Now wait a minute. And if you wait, if you're complaining that you got banned or you got your accounts, wait. Look again. You did some shit that you weren't supposed to do, and you got caught doing it. So there is no sympathy from the middle-aged guys. There's no fucking, well, we should give them another chance. You should unlock their shit. No, you're not getting that. Especially.
The thing is what's funny is that these guys went on 4chan, 8chan, Reddit, and all these other social media websites, and they got tore up. There is no
sympathy.
Sympathy. I can't even talk right now for those guys. They're not getting it, and they're getting laughed off. I'm like, you're dumb. You got your account banned
by Nintendo of all things.
When have you ever heard of Nintendo banning people's accounts? I mean, not so their 3DS is no longer allowed to connect to the internet.
Nope.
They lost their virtual console, and those guys had the audacity to complain about the games that they bought off the virtual console that they can no longer access anymore. Tough luck. You knew what you were doing when you did it. Yep. You were trying to be the first person. Oh, look, I got Pokemon Moon. I got Pokemon Sun. Now,
yeah, I got it and you don't. Wait,
everybody else is playing it while you're not. That's what I'm about to say.
They tried to do the, I have this shit, and then, hey, wait, what the fuck?
No sympathy here.
Yeah.
You got what you deserve.
Yeah, that's, not to say that folks who go out of the way in pirate games are some of the most wise people in all the world. But I'd have to say that, how's the saying go? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Guess what? That's just how that goes. Man, like I said, Nintendo's been a lot of places as far as this last week, as far as news goes. And there's actually probably a lot of stuff that we haven't covered, but we don't have time for the rest of this particular video. So we're going to go ahead and end this one right here. Thank you so much if you've stayed with us all the way up until this point. If you're so kind, hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave us a comment below, especially if you think we missed something, and I already know we have. There's a whole bunch of other things that happened concerning Nintendo that we haven't covered in this 35 minutes or so, but we'll probably get around to it. If not in the next video, probably the one after that. All right? We're the middle-aged guys. We've been bullshitting about Nintendo. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming. And once again, you owe your gaming life and existence to Nintendo. Regardless of how positive or negative they are in the news, it's just as simple as that. Nintendo is the one that brought back gaming from the ashes. It was burnt down in the 80s. And now they're banning people for them doing stupid, dumb shit. It's your fault. And you didn't get away with it. Credits.
I'm just wondering if, you know, some of the guys over there at the Microsoft headquarters got transplanted into the fucking treehouse, and they're like, hey, you know what you should do? I'll tell you what you should do next to go ahead and increase your sales for your fucking DS. Start banning people. It's either that or making it fucking Red Ring.
You know what's the sad part?
Red Ring for your 3DS.
The sad part about it is that if the guys would have waited like another 24 hours, it would have been all right.
At the time that most of the shit happened and started hitting the news, they actually had to wait only like 10 hours.
Again, that measures their stupidity on this matter.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Hey, my DS, 3DS can still connect. My 3DS LL can still connect to the radio.
Don't fucking...
What the hell, dude?
Don't fucking connect your shit earlier than expected. Stop trying to BS. Stop trying to be like, oh, we got this shit you don't. Fuck you.
All I can say is my 3DS.
That's exactly what you deserve.
Yep. You know, like I said, my 3DS can still connect to the internet, to the virtual consoles. Hey. Stupid.
I've got this mental picture of somebody at the Nintendo treehouse sitting there hitting that ban button, and they've got this playing in the background.
With the hammer?
And hammer.
No, I just, yeah.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, we're done.